What's up? What's up? This is Royce the 5'9", and right now you checking out the notorious Gully TV. Don't go nowhere.
If you tune in to me, you're watching The Dribble by Gully TV. This story right here is dominating the timeline on Instagram. You got Snoop Dogg and Daz Dillinger going back and forth. I over the years, I gave it some thought before I got on here. I can't recall a time when there was a rap group that started out together and 20 years later that they were still in a good space. At some point, it seems like every group that came in front of us, they will have some differences at some point about some money and the way that the money is divided. Anyway, Daz is accusing Snoop of busting a move without compensating him. And apparently, he's accusing Snoop, his cousin. This is our understanding of their relationship. They've always introduced themselves as being family. Daz accuses his cousin Snoop Dogg of moving shady by copywriting his music and planning to sell Death Row to Universal for $1 billion without giving him his share. I didn't know that the Death Row catalog was worth $1 billion. That sounds a little funny. I don't know how true that is, but anyway, Daz and Snoop is going back and forth. I posted the video yesterday of Snoop saying, "I'm gonna fuck you up, cuz, and I'm not gonna fuck you up physically. I'm gonna fuck you up in business. And you broke as a motherfucker right now," and a bunch of other crazy shit. Number one, if this is your cousin or former label mate and he's broke, you called him broke, Snoop, and he's broke, are you cool with that? Are you in a good space with him being in that condition? Like, this is how you know niggas be having very, very deep character flaws. Who would boast or brag about, or who would even announce some shit like that about one of their comrades not having this shit? This is somebody that you can't trust. But we've been warned about Snoop many, many years ago. Tupac said that Snoop was on some phony shit when he was on Death Row, recording music with Death Row and acting like he was a part of the Death Row bad boy issue, but at the same time trying to befriend Biggie behind closed doors or some old crazy shit like that. We've seen after Snoop died, we have pictures. I actually posted a picture of Snoop Dogg hugging Haitian Jack after everything that Tupac accused him of. So Snoop's character has been questionable for some time now. And when money is involved, we've seen that he can be compromised. Most recently, there was a situation where Snoop was critical about a cartoon that was promoting the gay and lesbian agenda. A lot of people jumped on his ass on social media, and within 2 weeks, he was in a partnership with someone in the gay and lesbian community promoting a similar form of content. So Snoop Dogg's character has always been funny. I didn't understand why he got online and spoke the way he did about Daz. This has been going on for some years now. Daz Dillinger was an integral part of the Death Row machine, not just as a performer with the Dog Pound. He was a producer, and I think one of the most popular tracks that he did was Ambitious of a Rider by Tupac. That's something that he brought to the table. Daz responded to Snoop Dogg on Instagram, where it's all going down at, and he said, "Oh, he mad now. Now he want to fuck me up business-wise, trying to steal everything I own that was on Death Row by forged signatures and not paying royalties since he had the label, using our royalty money to pay his staff. They making more money than the artist. I sued Suge back in the day. Should I do the same thing to Cuz? It's all in my name. The publishing numbers don't change unless," laughing out loud, "you can't starve, you a thief, you can't starve me, cuz I'm independent. I run my own ship, I always have." And then he captioned it with a expletive. Anyway, like, share, comment below. Let me know how y'all feel about this situation. I tried to think before I got on here. I gave it some thought, and I just couldn't come up with a group that didn't have some issues about money. Everybody that I could think of, Public Enemy, Wu-Tang, EPMD, We watched the Diddy documentary last night. If you haven't seen it yet, The Reckoning, produced by 50 Cent. It's on Netflix. That tells the story of everything that he was doing to people. The whole, the trial that he went through because of the shit that he did to Cassie, and the RICO case. That was a very, very minute part of his violations to people. Diddy was a very, very rotten guy in business. And again, this seems to play out over and over and over, and it probably happens in all genres of music. They probably go through similar shit in rock and roll and R&B art form. But this is dominating the timeline. I had to bring this to the table. They still going at it right now. If you're not following Snoop on IG, go ahead and follow him. If you're not following Daz Dillinger, you can follow him too and see exactly what he has to say in the comments. Daz says that all of his business was taken care of in his name, and he's accusing Snoop of having somebody forge his signature. If Daz's business, if his contracts was signed with his own John Hancock, then I probably feel, for the most part, that he's in a win-win situation. If they find out that there have been some forged contracts and shit like that, I'm pretty sure that's a violation of the law. That's neither here nor there, but yeah, this is a story that's breaking online right now. Snoop and Daz Dillinger. Snoop's character has been in question, man, for years now. Snoop did this. I said it many a times. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. These guys in music, man, they don't be nice guys. I've encountered a whole bunch of bullshit in real life, in the streets, throughout my lifetime and shit like that. The most rotten people that I've encountered, the most stingy, selfish, rotten people that I've encountered has been in this music business. And I can't stress it enough. Anyway, like, share, comment below this video if you know of any groups who stayed on the same page financially throughout their career. I couldn't think of any. Follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_, and make sure you go to my website, therealdribble.com, and get that trifecta. Lastly, I want y'all to go check out my last live stream that I did yesterday. I analyzed the 50 Cent produced documentary about Diddy. It's called The Reckoning. It's on Netflix now. I gave an hour-long, very, very detailed examination of the project. I thought it was a very, very thorough. They crossed every T and dotted every I. I thought it was very, very thorough production. Shout out to Alexandria Stapleton. I believe that's a name that we're going to continue to hear. She has great workout. But I analyzed the whole project, and I gave my transparent thoughts on how I felt about 50 Cent and his name, and his name being involved with the production of this. And I gave, my personal opinion on how I felt about some of Diddy's characteristics. So make sure you go and check that out. It's the video before this. And again, like, share, and comment. Peace.